also going to take this opportunity to hijack one of the guys who represent one of our big sponsors, Tick as well. Please welcome Ashley. Ashley, please join us on stage. Let's give him a big round of applause. Sorry. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that for the reckoning, it will be sanctioned by Boxing South Africa, and from Boxing South Africa we have our manager, Gauteng manager, Fox Ramahole, and also overseeing the event, Dr. Selepe is also here. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Finally, we are here. We have our board on stage with me. I'm going to start with Mr. Man. Mr. Man, looking very smooth today. Second time we're meeting you here at the Sunbet Arena, or just outside the Sunbet Arena. We're here at the very, very beautiful Moonshine of Menden. Well, like I said, you look very, very good. It's not the first time we're meeting here today. How has things been leading up to today? We have our media here, our media teams. Very, very first time we have all the boxers on the venue. Electricity is very, very high. Stakes are high. You know, you can feel the tension in the air. How does it feel for you having this momentous occasion happening here?
No, it feels great. Very excited to hear the boxers share their opinions of each other. Very thankful for the media for coming out here and on this public holiday and covering this exciting event. You know, we're trying to do something good here, bring boxing back to South Africa. South Africa is a fighting nation. We're going through some ups and downs, and you know, this is a sort of event that really shows South Africans that spirit of South Africa, that resilience, that ruggedness, and we're really excited to be able to host it. I'm very thankful to buildup and to our sponsors and to all the people who are helping us put this event together, and to the whole Sunday team for all their hard work. But thanks guys, really, to make this real thing for the boxers. You can see how much it means, and I think you'll see when the supporters of the event how much it means to South Africans.
Thank you so much, Mr. Man. You can see how much it means, of course, having this momentous occasion happening here at the Times Square Sunbet Arena. On to the head promoter for Legacy Boxing Promotions Debate. Man, it's very exciting being here. We had a chat before we went live, and you know, you gave us a speech that was awe-inspiring, and looking at you as a leader and a person who's all made this happening, it's almost a feeling of a completely new player in the sport, but also taking over completely as well. Tell us what it's been like leading up to today. We still haven't had a day of reckoning. It's happening on the 1st of May, but leading on up to that, there's been so much high energy, especially from you. How does it feel?
Yeah, I thought so, and you know, it's great to have you here as well. You always look phenomenal, and what you do for the boxing fraternity is phenomenal. But I think first of all, you know, the balanced sound. You know, we have fight speakers here. What an unbelievable experience this is going to be. Not only for boxing, it's going to be a great win for boxing, but also a phenomenal opportunity for our country to really celebrate the rich history of our fighting culture. And you know, it would only be fair to, first of all, there's so many people to thank, but I think it's so important that we just quickly recognize everybody, you know, from Sunbet, Gideon, led by Simon and you, and your team has been absolutely extraordinary. The way you got behind boxing is simply just commendable, and it's relationships like this that would make the sport great, and we're really thankful, from Kiyuri to Gavin, to Adam, to Jeff, every single body in that team. Well done, it's been incredible. You guys have allowed us to dream bigger, but also to deliver just beyond expectations. So thank you very much. Let's get a round of applause for Sunbet, guys. And then I think, you know, we've got tier 1 sponsors and anchors, and what Gold Star Promotions, Spencer Brown, and Tyson Fury has done for us, contributing towards the show, is incredible. You know, they got behind Kevin for this, and we're so privileged for that. It is phenomenal, and we really feel blessed to have had that. And then ultimately, Commodore, the invaluable contributions, Nico, the COO of Commodore Defense, been unbelievable what the team has mustered up. I'm so proud of all of you. And then again, Miller Services, we've got 947 on board, Super Sport for broadcasting and live. We cannot wait for this to be showcased on the World of Champions. It is just so thrilling and exciting. I cannot wait. DJ, maybe you got to up the music a little bit so we feel the body vibe in here while we do this, if you can, if you can't. Other than that, a very, very, very close friend of mine, Ashley Lodge, the CEO of Tigris Wealth. Your partners are here, Rudy and Mark. I just want to say to you, Ashley, our friendship has been profound, it's been deep, it's been incredible. But what you do for boxing as a whole, you're also a main sponsor of Kevin Lerena. You've got beautiful relationships with so many high-level sports stars, and your heart has always been in that place where you really want to celebrate true South African legacy. And for getting behind this show, getting behind us, look, you didn't really have an option, I was going to come get you, but I want to just say thank you for not only your generosity, but also doing it in this spirit that has just been so awakening. It really means a lot, and I appreciate you so much. So from our side, I just want to thank you humbly, and yeah, guys, today is all about the boxers. It's important that we get and rally behind every single person here. It is so important that we celebrate not only the South African legacy, but all of the countries that's represented here today. From Ukraine to Namibia to Malawi. Guys, there are so many talented guys that's going to come up and showcase their excellence come 1 May. The bell has rung. It is time to get alive, and it's time to go. So from our side, from a promoter's point of view, it's been an absolute joy. Super easy to do with a talented team like Sunbet and the Commodore and the Legacy team, and we just cannot wait.
Yes, indeed. All right. So you're hearing from the boss man over there. 12 fights. 24 boxers, ladies and gentlemen, 24 warriors, and of course it's going to be happening on the 1st of May for the reckoning. Before we begin and we introduce the fighters, fight fans, are you ready to meet the fighters? Alright, okay, well, we have a gentleman over here who looks like a boxer as well. Ashley from Tigris. Ashley, I want to pick your mind a little later on, but I'd like to just ask you, what parts do you play in terms of putting the legacy together, as well as the reckoning? Obviously, you've come in as a big player, as a sponsor. How does it feel being such a big player on the chessboard?
Yeah, thanks, Roger. It's a special event. This obviously deal with my best mate, the main event, Kevin, one of my other best mates. So it's really humbling to be part of this, and we're really fortunate and very thankful for Deal and the team getting us on board, and we're excited. The thing is, I believe that everybody wants to be a beast until they need to do what real beasts do, right? So we believe that you become the product of your environment. So I believe like Deal doesn't just talk, he walks the walk as well. Incredible event, getting a sponsor like Sunbet on, a massive player. Yeah, that's quite incredible just to say that. So the thing is, I think come Thursday, public holiday, workers' day, I think Kev will arrive. That's what he does. It's what he does. You know what I'm saying? He'll come. He's the man that shines under the light, and I really think he will give the Ukrainian a very hard task for his money. He's gonna have it beaten up to him. So the thing is, I'm sure he's up for the task all the way from Ukraine. It's going to be a spectacle. Yeah, I believe Kev will get him out of there in the first 4, and let's see what happens. Yeah.
And I think just backstage when Ash and I had spoken, he's done so much, but I think he wants to make a quick announcement just from their side.
Yeah, so like I said, the thing is, Tigris Wealth, we do things totally different than the average run-of-the-mill financial advisory services. We've got a really unique offering, and we do stuff different, right? We definitely, when it comes to top-tier financial services, that's what we do. We're at the top of the charts, and we want to support boxing, support Deal, support legacy promotion, and obviously support the event. So the thing is, what we're going to do for you guys is come and chat to my team. We're all here, so they're here in the black shirts, Tigris Wealth. We've got our stand here up front. So the thing is, come and give your name and let's set up a meeting with you guys. But the first 10 people that come, we'll give we'll give double tickets to the reckoning, we'll give away, and then we'll do a lucky draw for 3 VIP tables. That is obviously quite a remarkable thing. It does cost a lot of money because it's a big time event. So the thing is, like we say, thank you for Deerbolt and Legacy Promotions helping us with a little bit of a discount there, us to divert our pockets the most, but we're giving away 3 VIP tables, that's 10 on the table for you, your family and your friends and your loved ones to come and enjoy an evening of like really blitz boxing. So yeah.
Once again, how do they enter the competition or the draw?
So you just come and speak to our team here. There's a QR code, you scan the QR code, you put in your details, and we'll do the draw at the end of the day.
Nice. Well, okay, guys, you've heard. So let's take this for a big round of applause for this support. Absolutely amazing. Deerbolt, back to you this time. So now we are here. Finally, we have one more event before before the day of reckoning. However, you have brought us to a new venue. Tell us a little bit about this venue over here.
Listen, Khotso, I can't tell you, it's just been such an incredible journey, and I think when you have the right attitude and approach towards life, you know, things just seem to really fall into place. And we bounced over to Moonshine. These guys were incredible. I think they even comped us the pizzas. So listen, good up to you guys for getting on board with us. It's really amazing the way that you've supported us and how easy it's been to really just engage with you guys. I just love the fact that there's a new energy. There's a new era in boxing at the moment. People are getting excited. People are getting really hungry for this. And what better way? Every single person I've met, from trainers to boxers to media, the way that the media has been treating us and just phenomenally exposed this in its true context. Our humble gratitude goes out to you guys. It's been simply remarkable. We've literally been coveted across all of the legacy media houses. So yeah, it's fantastic. Moonshine got on board. This is it. Today's a great party. We're going to have the war of the words, right? It's the first time these guys have an opportunity to stare each other in the face since they've signed the contract. It is there. This is it. Literally cannot get bigger at the moment.
Absolute excitement all around. Okay, so we're not just at Moonshine Midland, we're also here at the Sun International Times Square Casino. So I'm going to ask about, just give us a little bit, give us some information about the whole venue. I mean, we've got the casino, we've got the Sunbet Arena, we've got all the amenities and restaurants around here. Give us a little bit more about the venue.
Hi. So this is one of South Africa's biggest entertainment complexes. As you mentioned, we've got the Sunbet Arena, 8,500 under roof, one of the biggest under roof arenas in the country, which is fitting for one of the biggest boxing events that South Africa's held in years and years and years. WBC title fights, bringing boxing back onto the big stage. I mean, we have to remember boxing was historically South Africa's second biggest sport by participation after football, and we want to bring that back. You know, the talent, the enthusiasm, that groundswell of almost underserviced resource and talent and participation. You know, we're bringing it back to one of South Africa's best arenas. Obviously, we also have the Tickles Your Fancy, we've got the casino floor. It's one of the biggest in the country, if I'm not mistaken, the second biggest in the country. It's one of the newest, this is one of the newest casino entertainment complexes that have been built in the country. And it's just simply a really great way to spend the evening, from food to all different forms of entertainment. Most of it won't, admittedly, compete with this 1st of May event, because that is the proper thrill, and we're going to see it when these boxers start talking to each other. But yeah, we're just so happy to bring it to you and showcase it to the whole world, and to have it on channels 209 and 210 on the 1st of May. And yeah, you know, the whole boxing and Sunbet Kokoza, if there is any of the permutations that you think you might have a little bit better insight and want to go against the bookings, well, on Sunbet Kokoza you can do that. But yeah, all different sorts of entertainment and thrills, all here at Sun International.
Okay, so we can watch the match and make lots of money at the same time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the man from Sunbet, Mr. Man.
What's up? Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. So just one more question. We are here at Moonshine Melon. Is there a chance we're going to be having the after party here? Maybe with the boxers?
Oh, listen, absolutely. Like Gideon's explained, the hospitality at Sun Arena and Times Square as a whole is just second to none. But I can absolutely tell you, Moonshine is going to be buzzing. Guys, a little secret. These floors were still vibing until 5 a.m. this morning. So if you really feel like having your dancing shoes on and you get an opportunity after the event to hop in, please come enjoy the hospitality. The crew here is super friendly. They're really on point. It's going to be a massive party. And then of course the trainers as well, where we're hosting on the 30th of April on Wednesday, the physical weigh-ins, the official weigh-ins. So that's going to be unbelievable as well.
Certainly looking forward. Yes, indeed. That deserves a big round of applause. Looking forward to the weigh-ins. That's going to be very, very intense. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are ready. Let's get to the action and introduce the fighters for the very first time. All right. Thank you for joining us on stage, to our promoters and our sponsors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing our very first bout of the fighters. Please welcome JP Kakane versus Frank Kazadi. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
How does it feel being here? You guys are opening the tournament, the very, very first tournament for Legacy Boxing Promotions, and it's you. How does it feel?
I'm very grateful for being involved in such a tournament. Thanks for Dealwood for having me, the whole Legacy family. It's insane. It feels like a whole Vegas atmosphere here with the casino behind us. So I'm very excited to open up today.
And Mr. Ilunga, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Welcome again. How does it feel being here? You're on a very, very big card. You're on the card that we're going to be having a WBC defense bout. How does it feel? It's absolutely massive.
I'm so happy, and I think rushing. I can't wait to see that day and be in the ring. And especially we are stuck. Even Lerena is going to fight, and the fight same ring is here. So I'm happy for that.
Okay, I'm going to stay with you, Chad. I'm going to ask you, how do you see the fight rolling out? Do you have any predictions for the fight?
Which my fight or the fight? My fight.
Yes, sir.
I cannot talk too much because that is my work. It's my business. So I think I'm waiting just for that day, and we're gonna be in the ring and do that. I can't wait for that.
JP, do you have anything to say and reply to that?
No, I'm excited. I can't wait. See, he's keeping things in his pocket. I'm keeping things in my pocket. So I can't wait. Ready to go. It's going to be a real chess match, it seems like.
Any fight predictions? You are looking to take him out within the distance? You think you can?
I'm just trying to get the W, honestly. Just trying to get the W and onto the next.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our very first boxers. JP Kakane and Frank Kazadi Ilunga.
Yeah, guys, this is incredible, JP. I think you're also a local guy from Pretoria. Unbelievable, you get an opportunity to bounce this in front of the crowd. And I must commend Ilunga. He's taken this fight on a very short notice. We've had an injury that's just come into play, and he's literally taken the fight yesterday. Congratulations and thank you so much for doing that. That is a brave move, and that shows a true athlete that's always ready. So this is going to be incredible. We're looking for that moment when you get into that ring, electrify all of the crowds that come to watch you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our very first face-off between the boxers.
Ja, zeker.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the very first bout for the reckoning. JP Kakane versus Frank Kazadi Ilunga.
Yeah.
so much for joining us. How are you feeling, champ?
Yeah, I'm excited to be part of this tournament. It's an honor to be fighting this.
I know you're a man of short words. How's preparation been so far?
Yeah, my preparation was so unique this time because I've been practicing the way I'm going to fight during the fights. I didn't just train just to stay fit. I was practicing because it was main one thing you fight the way you practice. So my practice was 100%. I think you're going to see a lot of upgrade skill-wise, a lot of good footwork, and I won't say much.
Okay, we'll get back to you in terms of how you think the prediction is going to go. JJ!
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been seeing you on the media, on the socials. You've been very, very vocal leading up to the reckoning on the 1st of May. How does it feel now sitting there in front of our media teams? Is it coming now? Is it becoming a reality?
Afternoon, everyone. Firstly, thank you to everyone for coming. It's been, I think it's a dream coming true, or whatever you call it, because my guy out there has been calling for me for years and years and years. So when they said I'm fighting Sanele, but I didn't know which Sanele is, but now I'm seeing him here. It's really happening.
All right, so you say he's been calling you out for years and years. Do you feel that on the 1st of May is the time that you'll be setting the score?
I don't have any scores with him, he knows it. But you know, in boxing, you don't want to talk too much and say, put yourself under the pressure or anything. So let's wait and see on the 1st. But I tell you, something's going to happen.
Okay, so, and I really want to open the floor to the media. We will open the floor to a few questions to you. But I do want to ask Mr. Maduna, Sanele, you say we're going to see an upgrade version of you. Have you had time and have you had the opportunity to study JJ?
Yes, I've been studying for a very long time because I've trained for this fight for 3 months straight. So basically, I've been studying him because even during his last fight, I was able to execute his one-dimensional. So I have to come and upgrade to confidence during the fights.
Gerald, over to you. You have two very exciting, prolific fighters there in front of you. You know, we're expecting, I think, a big firecracker from these two gentlemen. And do you have anything to say to them?
Listen, just sitting on here, I can actually feel the energy bouncing off from one another, and I think how amazing. I know JJ, an absolute true professional, an Olympian, former Olympian, comes out of Sean's camp, Sean Smith, the Sunninghill Smith's gym, unbelievably well coached, has come off an incredible and emphatic win just a few weeks ago at Kevin's show, the Aquila Boxing Promotions. And Sanele is hungry for this as well. This is going to be an absolute thing. These guys have been looking for each other for a long time. And we're just lucky that the taxi routes go in different ways here, because I think they've never been able to bounce into each other at a rank. But if that would have happened, it would have been real. And I can tell you now, these guys are ready to go, ready to fire. I know that we can always expect an incredible professional show from JJ. I know Sanele, this guy is ready to go. He's vibing from this. So I think it's just time to give him an opportunity to look each other in the eyes soon.
No, certainly. Before that, one last question. JJ, any fight predictions?
No, I don't talk too much.
Mr. Maduna, are you going to take him out within the distance?
Anything myself and definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. JJ, and of course, Mr. Maduna, thank you so much. Let's face off.
Take boom. We're bringing the noise. Go get it, we bringing our toys. Separate me from the boys. Juggle the food, should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' ride out. Running like this in the timeouts. Tell me who.
Here we go. I am on that. JJ Sotinga versus Sanele Maduna.
We serving the streets. Body going east. Bang, bang, when you sleep. Tick, boom. Hard, body, and not scaring nobody. I'm making result to wild. This way that y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one is we be deserving a piece.
just want to take a moment, a quick opportunity. Legacy Boxing Promotion has really been born, and it's been born by one guy's real vision behind the legacy of his father. They come from such a rich history of boxing, and I'd really like to introduce my partner Sean from Sunninghill Smith Boxing, but also the coach of so many tremendous athletes. This is a massive reason of why you guys are all here today. 25 years of boxing excellence, something that runs in his veins. This is something that is truly remarkable to them, and to see him ever passionate about it, the way he trains his teams, the way he manages them, the way he's taken guys like Tulani and Bengi to the world stage and win the IBO welterweight champion, where he became the two-time champ. It really is amazing. I think let's just give him a massive round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, for joining us as well. All right, gentlemen, we have on stage Lindo Kuzwayo and Standiso, the American Sniper Maduna. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. You've got your coaches here with you, and of course, leading up to the 1st of May. Very, very exciting. We're going to start with the coaches. You have your mic over there. Just grab the mic over there. Coach, with your camp and getting ready for your opponent, what's preparations been like?
Firstly, I would like to thank to the promoters and to Mr. Music. I'm Talanen, the biological brother of Morotim Talanen from KZN. We are here to represent our province. I'm here to make sure that we come back with a win, definitely. According to our plans, Madonna, he's a new in my camp, but I changed a little bit of his style because I know him from the home ground. I think we are here to impress.
All right, so let's speak to the American Sniper. Stembiso, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a few days before the reckoning on the 1st of May, how are you feeling, champ?
I'm very excited to be a part of this tournament. Yeah.
You have a very exciting nickname, the American Sniper. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm a sniper. So, box distance.
All right, so you're a distance boxer, and of course that's where his name comes from, the American Sniper. Are we expecting to see some of that sniping performance on the 1st of May? Are we expecting to see the sniper on the 1st of May? What the sniper can do?
Yeah, do the sniper.
All right, he's gonna do what the sniper does, and he's gonna take him out. All right, let's go over to Lindo. Lindo, thank you so much for joining us. You come from a very, very accomplished camp, and of course, next to you there is Coach Smith. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on you to take that win on the night. Tell us about how you feel and how's the preparation leading up to the 1st of May.
Okay, firstly, I would like to say hello to everybody. Thank Jesus Christ for being here. It's a blessing. I'm blessed. It has been absolutely an amazing camp leading to this fight. So I have no complaints. You can imagine. I'm sure you can tell. We have Tabiso, Tools, Tiseto, JJ, everybody fighting. So obviously, it was definitely an amazing camp leading to this fight. So I feel blessed. I feel fit. I feel ready. So yeah.
You've mentioned so many big names already that are on the card. How does it feel being on such a big card as well? What does it mean to you for your career?
As I said, I'm blessed to be part of this. I couldn't be grateful enough, for being part of the journey, and it's such an amazing opportunity for my career as well, because I'll get to showcase my talent, and get to showcase, my style, whatever, in this big, arena that we're going to be fighting in. So I'm truly blessed. I'm happy to be fighting on the 1st of May. It's definitely.
Over now to Coach Smith. Coach Smith, you're not just a coach here in this capacity, you're also part of the organizers. I'm sure you're very, very proud to see how things have turned out today, specifically as we lead up to the 1st of May. But you have your boxer over there. How has camp been for you?
Afternoon, everyone. On this blessed holiday that you can share this great occasion. Just a minute to my partner, to Deelwald. I think people don't understand. I've been in this game many years. You do not get people to understand the vision, buy into the vision, and invest themselves as this man has done. I think, give him a round of applause because you can tell your dreams.
Yeah, I think the DJ is trying to tell us that we can do better than that, guys. Let's give a bigger round of applause. There we go.
I think you can try and visualize this, manifest it, and try and make it happen. But it takes a very special individual prepared to do this. So I think let's enjoy that and let's grow on this experience. Like I said, this is an experience for everyone. For Africa, there's many countries here, there's internationals here. For Sunbet, for amazing buying into us and believing in us. This will be a great success. To Supersport and everyone that believes in this vision, it's up to us to make this grow from strength to strength. So I think everyone be here, each one plays a role in this going further and further. So let's do this. I think very exciting times ahead. Coming to camp, Linda Kuzwayo, when you train good athletes and good boxers, like I've had to be so Tolani for 10 years, you're saying, where is the next great one going to come? Where is the next superstar boxer going to come? I don't know how I stumbled upon Linda's name and it came, and my brother said there's this kid, he was just knocking guys out in town, in Hillbrow. I said, really, let me meet the kid, let me see what it's about. As he hit the bag, the first 1 minute, I said, hold on a second, what it just got you? This kid is something special. I fell in love with him the day I saw him hit the bag. I stopped. I said, this kid's got showstopper performance. Linda Kuzwayo is special. I'm sure you watched your fight in the weekend, the Conor Ben kind of fight. This guy is South Africa's Conor Ben. He is dynamic. So you'll see a lot of him in the future, believe me. And that's what I can say. Respect to the opposition, guys. Without partners in the sport, you don't have a sport. So everyone who turns up, your supporters, your team, thanks for being here, and just great opportunity just to express yourself in this fisting sport that we all love so much.
Thank you so much, Coach Smith. I mean, it's you're part of the organizers, so I think we also need to thank you for bringing us the reckoning. All right. Let's go on over to Lindo. Lindo, I want to talk to you real quick. Your coach speaks so highly of you. I mean, he has just compared you to, the likes of Conor Ben and, the greats. What are you bringing to us on the 1st of May?
Okay, so, I once had an interview with Hayden, and I did say I respect Maduna. He's a good boxer, I believe. He has some 17 fights or so, but it doesn't really matter, so he's been in the game, I've been in the game, I've seen his son, so I'm expecting a strength from him, but I believe, it's going to be a showstopper, it's going to be a nice fight, from him. I expect a good fight from him as well, so as I've said, hopefully he brings his 100%, I'm just going to bring mine, and we give fans, we give people a hell of a fight, yeah.
Jewel, is there something, I can see that you're itching to say something about that. Is there something you want to say?
I just love this. I really do. It's true professionals that's out here. Not only the day guard and the night guard, both of them can equally stand tall on its own, shoulder to shoulder with some of the best shows we're going to be able to put up globally. And I can tell you for sure, I know Linda, I've seen them, phenomenal physique, incredible athlete, really there. And it's about creating those platforms on the end of the day for guys like this, for our fighters, to really showcase those skills so that we can get our South African fighters a two-way pathway with international global elites, so that we can get those fighters not only from the overseas environment to make home in the South African rings, but so that we can go fight them for the titles overseas and bring it back home. But I am super excited for this fight. I think it's going to be alive. I think it's going to be, it's going to be electrifying. You've got to hold on to your seats for this one.
All right, so Mr. Maduna's coach is asking to say one final thing.
No, I'm here to say, he's special. Everybody's special. It's his parent. All right. Yeah. So I'm Talani. I'll prove the point that I'm Talani. I'm not a fake, bruh. I'm very special coach. I made so many things impossible. I made it possible. And I will show you on the first of May.
Awesome, let's get this on the show. There we go. All right, gentlemen. Let's face off. It's going to be an absolute exciting firework for the boss, you can tell.
Bring it from the boys, gentlemen, we should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Wanna like this ain't no time out.
Alright, join us on Super Sport, the World of Champions on the 1st of May. Lindo Cruzwayo versus the Staniso American Sniper, Madruna.
Bang, bang, you see. Tick, tick, boom. Alright, you're not scared of nobody. Your nickname was so wild. You must be blind. Diamonds hiding. I'm afraid to be this way.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, still some very exciting face-offs that we have coming up. But before we do so, please welcome on stage with us COO of Boxing South Africa, Mr. Amanda Tanganiso. Mr. Tanganiso, please go join us on stage. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Separate me from the boys, gentlemen, we should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Bang, bang, we gon'
Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. We know that you're always here. You are a regular figure, very, very well recognized now within boxing. Always great to have you here as a COO of Boxing South Africa. Not the first time we are here at this venue. Obviously, you were here for the press conference. We're now here for Media Day. Please tell us what you think of the caliber of events that Legacy Boxing Promotions is holding.
Good afternoon, Koto, and good afternoon, everyone. Gewalt, Legacy team. This is like a dream. I want to repeat this. When I met Sean and Gewalt last year, saying that they want to launch a promotion company, and they want it to be one of the best promotion companies in the continent, and they will be staging a good tournament in few months. When I came to the press conference, the launch, a few weeks back, I saw the quality and the standard that Legacy is bringing. And once again, colleagues, can you give Legacy Promotions a good round of applause? This is the standard that we need in South African boxing. We are an international, when it comes to international events, this is the kind of events that we need to put South African boxing to where it belongs. We've got the athletes. We just need promotion that will be able to put us on an international stage. And I believe that this is an international stage, and these are things that we want to see more and more across the country. Engagement with the Sunbet Supersport, and other sponsorships. It seems that there is future, and thank you once again to Legacy Promotions.
Thank you so much, CEO of Boxing South Africa, Mr. Amanda Tanganiso. Gewalt?
Yeah, listen, guys, I just want to take a moment. Manda has become incredibly fond of Manda. Not only his leadership style has really attracted me to him, based on the fact that, notoriously, I think getting industry and private organizations to collaborate with government is sometimes a tricky affair. And I must say that the leadership from you, Manda, and the rest of the board, especially since the new board has been in place, has been absolutely incredible to work with. I have had the most phenomenal experience. It's so encouraging to see the level of engagement from Boxing South Africa. It's something that we can be truly proud of. It's so important. When we set off in Manda's office and we shared some ideas, I really looked into Manda's eyes, and people buy people at the end of the day. People invest into people, and I could really look at Manda and see his vision. And this is the reason why we're here today, is because you've encouraged us and supported us the way you have done. So this is a big win for BSA. It's a big celebration for you and your team, and for what you're doing for boxers in the country. There are 252 odd fighters in the professional arena that is not getting a platform to fight. And this is Mandla and his team's dream to get all of those guys active, and we are here to play our part in leading the industry with Sunbet behind us.
I think, let's give a big round of applause from BSA South Africa. Thank you so much, Mr. Mandla Zakaniso. Let's take a picture with you as well.
Bringing the noise, go kill, we bringing out toys. Separate me from the boys, shadow me free, should be on the boys. Gang, gang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' ride out. Wanna like this ain't no time out.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to the boxers. Please welcome Akani Prime Puzi versus Yusuf Kasongo Mwanza. Could you please also get your trainers or your managers? We'll start with Mr. Mwanza's corner. Welcome, Mr. Mwanza. Thank you so much for joining us. How does it feel being on such a big card?
Bonsoir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm glad, I feel good.
And over to your coach. Coach, thank you also for joining us on stage. How has camp been and preparation for the fight? How has it been going?
I greet you everyone. Yeah, that camp, it was a very nice camp. You know our brother very well, Akani Puzi. The first fight and this fight. I think this fight is going to be war. It's going to be war.
What's going to be different about the previous fights compared to this one that's coming up on the 1st of May? How have you trained differently for it and prepared differently for it?
No, everything was very, very well. You prepared the fight very well. And let's see to the fight.
All right, so he says, man says he's going to be talking with his hands. Over to Prime, Akani Puzi. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a while since you were at Times Square. I believe you have fought here before. Maybe not, but maybe I'm going through my library of boxing events. But always good to see you here, champ. You're looking good. How's the preparation been?
How's it, everyone? Thanks for coming. First, I'd like to be grateful and give thanks to David for the opportunity. The camp has been going okay. Trained for 9 months. 9 weeks for this camp, but I've been training the whole of last year and the other since I last fought in 2023. So I'm ready.
Like you did mention, you had a 2-year break. In the meantime, have you been active in the ring, just sparring, staying active? Or what's the break been like for you?
Yeah, I've been helping guys with sparring. I've been helping Chuck with sparring, and guys also. So I've been active. I just got some disappointments. I've been offered fights and then they cancelled all that sort of training. But then I'm actually able to be back.
Definitely good to have you back. You talked about being disappointed, fights being dropped, but now you're finally on the card of the reckoning. How does that feel? I mean, you have some of your peers here with absolutely huge names in the boxing world. How does it feel finally being active and being on a card as well? Such a huge card, might I say?
Finally, I am happy. It feels very great. What actually makes me more happy is I'm going to be competing at Bridgeway. And I think I come off the Kevin in this country at Bridgeway. Actually in Africa at Bridgeway. So it's Kevin that is me. So it's actually a good opportunity and such a big platform to be fighting in.
Definitely one step closer to getting your title as well. Devalt, for the first time you have some very, very big boys next to you. You're almost being consumed or swallowed up over there. How does it feel having such great talent over here today?
Who doesn't love the big boys in the room? Who love? And I can tell you now, I respect these guys tremendously. stepping into the ring like this, these guys can seriously hurt each other, right? These guys have got venom and bricks as hands. So it's really great. I know I've spent quite a lot of time with Akani. He's been in the camp, like he had mentioned, with Tabiso, leading up to their fights. He's always a regular also in different training environments and gyms, always willing to help out with sparring and stuff like that. What an absolute true professional as well. And a lot of these guys can testament a lot of their training camps to him. So it's great to finally have Prime on the card. It's just going to be electrifying to see him come out. It's going to be amazing to see you battling this out for a rematch, which is going to be awesome. This one's going to blow the roof.
Over to Prime's corner, coach. He's got the mic over there. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. You've been quiet the whole time. Is there anything that you just want to tell us about leading up to the event on the 1st of May?
Firstly, I would like to say thank you to the world and the Chance family and Legacy. Promotion is really nice to be here. I'm glad. But I'm not coach, I'm manager, firstly. Akani, is a good boxer. He was in a training camp with us around the world with Makapo and Garbo and the world champion, level class. Akani normally, coming from cruiserweight, and he was also this period, when he's looking to go up. Now we are in a featherweight. He's looking good. He will make his job properly on the night, and the opponent will be happy to be with Akani in the ring, I think so. Thank you so much, the world, for everything. Thanks you to everyone, and boxing is best.
Yeah, it's just been great to have Tariq and the guys. He's also involved with the Ukrainian camps. It's just truly remarkable. It's been so easy to work with you as well, and we look forward to doing a lot more work with you in the future. So thank you so much. And to the big boys here, let's do that big dance off. Let's make the crowd smile, because this is going to be explosive. I'd love to kind of hear their opinions and maybe have sort of a personal word, because there's a bit of history between these guys.
No, certainly. So I would actually like to pick your Yusuf's mind and find out, Yusuf, preparation obviously has gone well for you, but you have some, I don't know if it's bad blood, but how do you see the fight ending?
Yeah, thank you. The preparation, we prepared like before, but this one, we put more intensive, more pressure for this one.
Can we expect a knockout?
Yeah, we always work about the knockout, but
training.
Yeah, we always work about the knockout. The knockout, you must stand for 4 first round. You must stand for that. If not, it's gonna be knockout.
Prime, Mr. Mwanza says that you need to withstand him for 4 straight rounds in order not to get knocked out. What do you say about that? You say he's dreaming.
Nah, he's dreaming. My boy knows he knows what's what.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you.
I have been prepared for this other fight. I'm fighting with an 18 ounce. He wanted to cry. I don't know what's going to happen now.
Don't talk about
the 10 ounce.
Don't talk about the other fights. Let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this one.
You cannot talk about this one. On the night you will talk. Not now.
No, this one.
I can feel.
No, this one. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell it's going to be an absolute cracker. Let's get the gentlemen to face off, please.
Bringing the noise, we bringing our toys. Separating from the boys, gentlemen, we should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' hide out. What like they say on timeouts. Tell me who.
bit scared for you though.
Yeah, listen, I must be honest, I'm at that age where you start negotiating with people and you pack away all the testosterone. So yeah, I must be honest, but at least we've got our common orient, the CDS staff, the security guys, to make sure that this stays clean, and I think this comes back to the whole narrative here. This is an important opportunity. Guys, what you need to remember here is these guys, this is real life for them. This is real world. This is their careers. This is their opportunity. They risk major injuries within these things. They risk huge things. Everything is on the line here. So for us, this is exceptional entertainment. For them, this is all on the line stakes. And I think what we need to do here is just commend those big boys for jumping into the ring. It's going to be real. And can't wait.
Thank you very much. We're certainly looking forward to it. On to the next fight, ladies and gentlemen, is between Jabulani, all about boxing Mackenzie versus Antonio Mayala. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, Camps. Thank you so much for joining us. Antonio, we're going to start with you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's always great having you around. You're looking good, champ.
Thank you so much.
Very excited to have you here. How do you feel about being on the card?
I'm feeling very good, and I'm so honored to be part of this great event.
Indeed. Now you've got your opponent here in the form of Jabulani, all about boxing, Mackenzie. Mr. Mackenzie, thank you also for joining us. How has preparations been for Mr. Mayala?
Hi everyone. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the promotion. It's been a great camp. We prepared, we're ready for the fight. Can't wait for the 1st of May.
I think there's a vibe in the venue, especially introducing you on stage, where we're expecting lots of fireworks against Mr. Mayala. How do you think the fight's going to work out?
I think it's going to be a great fight. I hope it's going to come into fight. I'm also going to go into fight. Yeah, it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be much exciting.
Mr. Mayala, the both of you are looking very ripped, very ready. And of course, weigh-ins are coming up very shortly on the 30th. Weigh-ins will be here at the Times Square Casino. How has preparations been for weight cuts and generally your wellness?
Our preparation will be well. We prepare very good for this fight. Yeah, as always, because I know my opponent is a good fighter, and we have to be ready for him.
All right, Mr. Mayala, I'm going to go on over to your coach over there. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. What have you been preparing for? Are you going the distance? Are you looking to end within the distance?
Thanks for having us. Thanks, Diebold, for putting the event on. I can't say which way it's going to go. We're prepared for the full 8 rounds. Tony's in shape, as he always is, always disciplined, always in the gym. We've been looking to put this fight on for a while now. I'm glad that we could finally put it on. There were a couple of failed attempts, but we're there now, really looking forward to it. I know Jabulani's been inactive for a bit, so we think we got this one.
Gerald, looking at these two guys, possible fight of the night, what do you think of it?
Otto, this is one of those fights that you can't miss on the night. Both these athletes, extremely professional, extremely hard-working guys. The SN camp guys, these guys were phenomenal to work with, really, truly professional. I know Sebastian and the guys as well, always amazing to work with you in your camp and what you do for the sport and also for the Smith's Gym and the rest of the guys. I can tell you now, this is one of the picks for me for the fight of the night. This is going to be war. I think it's a little bit personal.
But yeah, let's see. These guys are going to dance with their hands, and I cannot wait. I think this is really up there in terms of stylistically, but I also think from a pure profile fight in South Africa, this is the type of fights we need to put up. These guys need to be on our stages. These are the personalities we need to go celebrate across the pond and celebrate to the rest of the world. This is why South African boxing is still so healthy. It's because of athletes like us.
Jabulani, back over to you. Are we expecting a quick day in the office?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna come on victorious. That's for sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the men are, men of few words, but let's get them to face off, gentlemen. All right, okay. Of course, Mr. Sebastian, how dare I? Ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian, of course, very accomplished coach. Thank you so much for joining us. Coach, tell us a little bit about preparations as well. Tell us whatever you want. It's always an honor listening to you.
Okay, first, welkom in Pretoria. It's now time we're boxing in this place.
Indeed, yes.
Thanks for the question. Jabulani's been training unbelievably. We've been in camp with the Smiths. I want to thank Sean Smith and Tulane being here a lot. They really made it a pleasant camp. I think Jabulani is in the best shape of his life. I think with his maturity now, we understand where the game plan is from there, SA titles and everything in the future. I do think if you talk about boxing, everybody can knock anybody, but when you want to talk about boxing ability, Jabulani is up there. He's probably top 2 in the country with talent, and we want to display his talent. And thanks so much for Antonio. Nobody's been wanting to fight us. We've had 3 fights pulled out. You guys showed a lot of respect for you guys now. And best of luck, and may both you guys go safe back to your families in the end of the fight. Thank you again.
Thank you for those comforting words, Coach. All right, let's get a face off.
Tick, boom. You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
Join us on the first of May, right here at the Sunrise Arena. Jabulani, all about boxing Mackenzie versus Antonio Mayala.
Bang, bang, easy. Tick, boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next we have Kiseto Matikinta versus Mbulelo Kubula Banta. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Bulelo, I'm going to start with you. Welcome. How does it feel being on such a big card with so many accomplished boxers?
First of all, this is such a blessing for me. I've never been in such appearance as this one for today, so this is a very huge opportunity for me. Thanks.
And how has preparation been leading up to the fight?
Progressing, we've done well. We've did everything what we were supposed to do on the gym, and we are well prepared for what again. That's what I would say.
It sounds like you're very well prepared, and you're very excited about it. What do you think of today's venue? Do you like today's venue? Are you looking forward to eating the pizza we're gonna have after?
Yo, I can't wait. Can't wait for a good meal, good place. And it's my first time to show up here, Victoria. It's quite a nice place so far.
Thank you, Chef. It's always great having you here. Let's give a big round of applause. And if you guys are wondering, once again, we are Sunshine Midland, of course, our premium venue and restaurant, and of course they're taking care of us and hosting us today. And we are going to tell you exactly how delicious the food is after this. Also, we have the after party of the event over here, so do come join us after the event, where we'll be mingling with the boxers and the champions and celebrating their wins. All right, let's roll right along. Tiseto, thank you so much for joining us. Come from a champion gym. I know there's lots of pressure on you. This time, we usually had the boxers and the coaches flanked. There's a gorgeous girl next to you this time, not the coach. So you're alone on the seat. Tell us how preparations has been.
First of all, man, I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity to tell out the Smiths and the Legacy Promotion for having me on this tournament. It's a very big tournament, man. I can't really lie. There's no pressure to me because, like you said, there's a lot of pressure behind me because there's a lot of fighters that are champion in my gym. So there's no pressure, man. This is what we do, you know. I'm ready. We've been in the gym since like the year started, so I'm ready. The venue is exciting. I'm really excited. I've been on a big stage when I was an amateur because like I was a NC champion. Like I used to be in the national, so I've been in this big stage, so I'm really excited. Now I'm featuring the WBC. Where there's the WBC, I'm excited. I'm just here to showcase my skill.
It really is a highlight being featured on the WBC title defense card. What does that mean for you in your career at this point?
What does that mean? Is that like I think like to me it's a sign, because like this is where I'm going, you know. I'm gonna get this belt too. I'm fighting Drake Bantam. One day I'm gonna be strapping the WBC belt on my waist, so it's a sign. It's definitely a sign.
Is there anything that I think that, yeah, let's give him a big round of applause. Big dreams over there from Tiseto. Tiseto, on the night, how do you see the fight working out? Do you hope to finish it within the distance?
It's my first time seeing this guy. I'm trying to look for his fights. But all I can tell you, I'm gonna break this guy down, man. First round, let me break the fight for you. First and the fourth and the third one, we're gonna soften him up. Soften him up, and then 5 and 6, that's when I'm gonna fry him and then eat him. If anyone wants his heart, I'm gonna bring in his heart, I'm gonna bring in his leg, I'm gonna break this guy down, man. He doesn't have a chance, man. I'm telling you, I've been around, I've been in an amateur, like 6-time SA champion, I've been like in the national team, I was an African champion. This guy has never been there, bro. I mean, my experience is just like on a high level on him. I have 6 fights that I'm gonna show you that day.
Mulero, I see you smiling over there, you're laughing. You're actually having a good time listening to your opponent. Tiseto talks a big game. Of course, he talks about his creed and his achievements in the sporting game. What are you bringing to him as an opponent?
What I can only say is he should just wait for the surprise. He should wait for the surprise. He will truly see who kind of he is.
Jabal, I think this could be also one of the fights of the night. What do you think about the energy of the young men right now on the stage?
Yeah, this is excellent. I mean, this is what a show is about. You know, it's two warriors on the opposite side. Come 1 May, when the bell rings, these guys stand and face off, and they've got weapons and they're gonna use it. But I can tell you for sure, each and every guy on the card, including these guys, are ready. They're geared up. They're true warriors in the sport. And I know Teteto, supersonic hands, really good, great prospect in South Africa. There are unbelievable things. This is something that we really feel passionate about, our athletes in South Africa, and guys like Teteto. We believe that a guy like Teteto can absolutely get to the world stage. And so we believe with Kabela, it's just how it is. I think we want to create these platforms that we're going to give fighters the opportunity to really excite us. So come on the day, these guys know, they've got the brief already. You come, you entertain, you rock the world, you put the world on notice. That's how you're going to continue to fight with us, and we're going to put up a lot of shows. So if you want to become a house band, you want to do this, you come out, you show those hands, you make it exciting, and I suppose you start some sort of trend, I think, in the ring, I don't know.
Certainly looking forward to that. Sounds very, very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Tiseto Matitrinta versus Mbulelo Gugula.
We bringing up toys, separating me from the boys. Trying to see you should be on the boys. Bang bang, we gon' ride out. Gang gang, we gon' ride out. Wanna like this ain't time out.
sizing up.
Who doesn't know Tabiso Tunu? Everyone knows Tabiso Tunu. You know? And it's a very, very honor to me to fight against him because I want to grow my career. To grow a career, I need to step up with someone who's big, you know. So I want to make sure that on the night everyone will remember my name. Yeah, that's what I will do. So I try my best to push myself out in the gym every single day so that I can give a good show and I give Tabiso Tune a good fight as well. So yeah.
Tabiso, over to you. Obviously, he's studied you and he's got some homework done. Very, very clearly, but also he intends to use your name as a stepping stone to get to higher heights. You know, obviously he's hungry, he's coming after you, and it's the very first time you also get to see him. Last time we had our press conference, he wasn't here, but you were here. And what's it like now actually having him in the venue less than 2 meters away from you?
Afternoon to everyone. Thanks to the Legacy Promotion, Sean, Diva, Dave. Worked so hard to make this possible, and yeah, I'm glad my opponent is here and we're ready to go, man. I've been all over the world. I can adjust to any situation, and everything went well in the camp. We trained to the best of my ability, and trust me, I can adjust to anything.
Coach Smith, you have a high pedigree fighter over there with you. Any fighter coming from your camp or from your gym is always has lots of pressure to perform, knowing the pedigree that the name carries. How do you predict that the fight's going to end on the day, and how do you think Tabiso's performance is going to be?
Afternoon again. Just again to Amador Kalonji. Maybe he doesn't come with a pedigree. Maybe he doesn't come with credentials. But you know what? In this sport, in this game of life, you stay prepared, you stay ready, you stay humble, and you work. So we don't overlook Tabiso. I think he's a professional. He's been all over the world. We've had some hard outings, but we weren't able to get the stage, the platform. Reason for Legacy Promotion, the birth of it, is to say Africa can inspire, Africa can stand up, Africa can deliver. So I think to have Tabiso here, Amador from the DRC, we got our Namibian brothers. These are strong athletes. It's man on man. It's not about reputation, credentials. When you wake up, another man wants your food, another man wants to feed off you. Tabiso is carrying the Rolex in this game. He wants to come snatch it off him. There's going to be no bag snatching, believe me. Tabiso Mchuli is ready. And to be honest, I think Tabiso will be a world champion, a legitimate world champion. We're coming. This guy is a true, my career started with him. And 11 years now, 12 years together, but I feel like the journey is just starting again, one man. So wish the guys all the best, and respect them. Like I said, be coming out, razor sharp, long bells are on, be ready.
The big boys, it's one of those fights where you can't blink. And this is what we're looking forward to. Anything you have to say about that?
Yeah, listen, these guys, Tabiso is obviously, rightfully, Tabiso is a big deal, right? He's stylistically beautiful. To leave a lot in Tabiso. He's one of those guys that I've been close to, in my short boxing career, since December. And to be fair, I've observed professionals such as this. Sean's always mentioned how Tabiso is a clean athlete. He's a great example for our youth. He's a great example for the future of the sport. He's by no means not done in this space. He's actually entering the prime of his career. We believe that fighters at this space needs to be unlocked in this thing. He stood in the ring with fighters that nobody's ever done apart from elites. Usyk, you were in the ring with Alexander Usyk. Who gets to do that?
That deserves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That shows the caliber of boxers that we have here.
So you look at it from that level and that point of view. He's really been up on the top of this game. And unfortunately in this sport sometimes in the valleys we learn a bit of faith, and when we get on the mountaintops again we learn a bit of intimacy with our processes. But I can definitely say this is going to be one heck of a fun. The SN boys has come to Joburg, come to Pretoria, to stake their claim, to stamp their approval on this soil. And I can tell you now, Tabiso Chunu is thinking he's got other thoughts.
All right, so Tabiso, it sounds like there's some great preparation from you from the SN camp. Let's just open to one question each for the boxers. Anybody want to ask a question? Yes, sir. Let's get a mic to the front there, please. All right, do we have a mic? Just raise your hand there, please, sir.
Michael Sherman from IL. Question for Tabiso. Your record as a boxer in your career speaks for itself. Just tell me, who do you think is going to be feeling the pressure more?
Just come again, be more specific.
Who do you think is going to be feeling the pressure more come fight night?
Yeah, obviously, coming to this fight, I've got a lot to lose and a lot to gain. So, but I'm not under pressure. I know what to do. I believe I had a great camp, and I just came from a fight 2 months back, and I fought the best in the world, the cruiserweight. It's a pity that time I had to pick up weight, but yeah, it didn't go according to our house. But I fought a good boxer, and I believe this fight came at the right time.
One more question, please. Anybody? Yes, sir? All right, there we go. There's a question for you.
If I want to box, when must I start?
If you want to box, when must you start?
Yes.
Okay, anybody want to ask?
This will sound very biased if I give you the quick answer, but let me give you the longer answer. There are so many extraordinary camps and fighting teams out throughout the city, in Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town and Durban, throughout the entire nation. So just ask Bobby and Danny to pick up Google Maps and put in boxing gym, and the closest one you get, absolutely jump. But I think from the most part, there are phenomenal boxing gyms, especially like the Smith's boxing gym in Sunninghill. We've got the ones in Fourways. It's an incredible opportunity for young kids to get involved in the sport. It's very important for you to, at this age, start having fun and just enjoy yourself. It teaches you a lot of confidence, and it's also a very nice sport to get involved with because it's such a pure form of art. And I think this is it's definitely worth your time. It's going to be incredible for you getting it.
So young man, I'd like to add to that, you already started because the interest and for you to have the courage to stand there with a mic and ask that. And many great sportsmen started as a fan. Watching all the great sports stars, tennis players, golfers, they start off as you are now, as a spectator asking the questions. So well done to you. Very brave.
Yes, indeed. And hopefully we'll get to see you in the ring sometime. Yeah? Hopefully we get to see you in the ring sometime, okay? All right. And if you want to find out a little bit more, we do have our Boxing South Africa Gauteng manager, folks, Ramahole. But folks, just raise your hand over there so everybody can see. That's the man to go to. All right, so if you want to find out everything about boxing, you go to that man over there and he'll get you involved in boxing, you and your friends. And you also tell the guys at school, okay, we're going to grow the sports. We have a big love for the sports as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a face-off between Tabiso the Rock Chunu and Armando Kalonji.
Serving the streets, black people
Let's start with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure it's been quite a journey leading up to today. How do you feel about your preparations and how are you feeling in general for the 1st of May?
I'm feeling good. I'm going to put up a show. So the other thing I want to say, before Turani came in this place, he find me here because I'm sleeping here. You know? So he must know.
You said you're gonna bring war. You better bring war.
Yeah, you know, when we enter in the ring, man is a man. So he must be here.
You said you're gonna bring war. You said you're gonna bring war. You said you're gonna bring war. So I want you to bring war. I need war on the 1st of May. That's what I want to hear from you. Say you want to bring war. You're gonna bring war. Say it.
Say you must. I say you must be here.
Say you want to bring war. Say you want to bring war. Say you're gonna bring war. You said it on the newspaper already. Say you're gonna bring war. Say it.
We are going to talk.
Say you're gonna bring war. You said it on the newspaper. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Alright, gentlemen, if I may just ask a question. To Mr. Mungangela. You said that when you got here, tools found you sleeping here. What does that mean exactly? You say tools found you here and you were sleeping here waiting for him. What did you mean by that?
So, I mean, I'm a man as myself. I'm a man. When we meet in the ring, he can be down. Because he find me already there. It's obvious. He find me already there.
Welcome to the jungle, my brother. Welcome to the jungle.
Am I right? He find me there. That's true.
Tools, thank you so much for joining us, champ. We didn't even get a chance to say hello to you. You jumped straight into it. You said that you want him to say, he wants a war. Is that what you're bringing to him, champ?
I want to say good afternoon to everyone and thank you for pulling through. We really appreciate you guys supporting the sport. It means a lot to us. And thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the media. Thank you to Sunbet, Super Sport, everyone that is participating on this tournament. Thank you to my team, Sean, Devald. They put tremendous work to make this happen. Otherwise, all in all, this guy said, Bongani Maka said on news, he said he's going to bring war. He said he's going to bring war. So I hope he's ready for war because that's what he's going to get Thursday.
This is the very first time you guys are seeing each other now. Obviously just 2 meters away from each other. Have you had time to take a look at him? Have you done any homework on him?
Yeah, I've done homework on him. So we really don't worry a lot about other guys. We focus on what we do with coach. We've got a plan in place. So I'm not really worried about it, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm more than ready. I'm always ready. It's going to be an explosive night on the 1st of May.
All right, I know you guys, the media is willing to ask a few questions. Let's have 2 questions each, please. You can raise your hands. Anybody want to ask a question?
Just before the guys ask some questions, I think also it's good to take an opportunity. These guys are the co-main event of the Reckoning. 1 May, our inaugural event. This is going to be massive. It's an absolutely huge fight. This is what people pay money to come see. And I also just want to thank the Namibians coming out. It is we've got such a beautiful relationship, nation to nation. And we love making new friends, and I think, obviously from Tulani, a very special guy to a lot of people, and carrying a hope of a nation for us as well with the IBO welterweight belt. And I think maybe we can dig into that for a minute, just in terms of in the future. I know we're focusing on this fight, but I know you've got plans to unify, and there's guys that you're calling out at the moment. Like Mario and those guys. I think it's time that South Africans start getting those opportunities, because I think we can absolutely make some headway with the belts.
Certainly, Tools. You want to talk? Just reply that. I mean, he's speaking very, very highly of you, talking about Burrows and the likes, and you are right up there with them. I think it's also important that we recognize that we have an international superstar in front of us. It's not just a South African boxer. Tools has traveled around the world and he's carried that flag very high.
I mean, everyone that is here, that is a boxing fan, is a sport fan, he knows how it goes. We get active. We get active. When Smith Tulanenberger is in, we get active. I hope this guy's ready because we're gonna get active. We activated. We're gonna get active with this thing. So, like I said before, he's gonna be there. I know. After 4 rounds, I don't know. After 4 rounds, I don't know. But sorry. Who actually says it's gonna be easy? I know. It's never easy. There's no easy fight. There's no easy fight at all. I know he's a man. I know he can play like me. I'm gonna go in there. I know. You understand? So I'm rated number 5 in the world. I'm rated number 5 2 times. I go world champion. You understand? I go overseas and dominate. This is my home ground. Actually, welcome to the jungle, my brother.
Emmanuel, he says, welcome to the jungle. Is there anything you want to say to that?
Everybody must go hear the voice of Ryan sounding. I was Namibia for boxing long time, and this boy, I don't know what he's saying about 4 rounds. He don't know. But me, I don't know. I don't talk about those rounds. It's too much rounds. Let's talk about 2 rounds there. So it's a Ryan. You are talking with a Ryan. You are not talking with these people. I'm a Ryan. Let's go see. So we are going.
All right. So the Lion says, he's gone. The Lion, what's your fight prediction? Do you think that you can take him out within the distance? Do you think you can knock him out?
No, any punches, because if I say the punches, then you be careful with that punches. So if you say I can knock out like this, with this punch, then when he came there, he's careful with that punch. So,
just bring the wall.
Sorry, I see the guys got out under the collar here and they're ready to go. What's your take on this?
Anyway, you know what? I'd just like to respect him for accepting the bout because I've asked 2 other Namibian guys to come out. They all run. They all got their plans. Harry Simon Jr. They all want to be superstars. But respect to you, and I watch you box. You are a warrior and you're all going to bring it. But the last time we went to Durban, the Argentinian said he's going to bring a war. I said, I don't believe him. He brought a war. But this is a warlord. This is a warlord. And Namibian brothers, they're strong. They African brothers, they're all strong. The DRC, Namibia in the house. But this man, the Xhosa man, he's in his blood. He's a warrior. But just ending on that, Tulani, myself, Tabisa, been overseas many times and never been supported. We go alone. So we're proud with Legacy Promotions, Deal, Super Sport. These guys, Africa needs to be displayed. So thanks so much to Super Sport, Sunday. Thanks again.
Yes, please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the co-main event for the reckoning on the 1st of May. Tools, Evolution in Benga versus Emmanuel Mukandela.
We bringing up toys, separating you from the boys. Gentlemen, you should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' ride out. Running like this, ain't no time out. Tell me who
Baby, just serving a piece. Working, we serving the streets. About to go, they going east. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
tick, tick, boom. Hard body, I'm not scared of nobody. I meet with result to quality. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the first big event of the evening. Lerena, Tools, Revolution, Emmanuel Mukandela.
begins for the historic boxing event on the 1st of May at the Lerena. Legacy Boxing Promotions presents The Reckoning. Kevin Lerena and Sergey Radchenko will battle it out for the WBC World Crown. This is a moment where grit, determination, and power collides to bring the world a mega event in the all-on-the-line battle. Join us as we tap into the mind of Sergey Radchenko as he carries Ukraine's hopes and aspirations.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise all the way from Croatia, Sergey Radchenko! And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, the WBC Bridgerweight World Champion, Kevin Lerena!
Everybody wants to know we're walking the park. It's walking the party, sporting the money. Half of the crowds will snorting my Charlie. Snorted the bar, time to sort the banani. Chicks looking at me like, talk to me, darling. Hollering at man, winking, smiling, and want to attack man. I think these ladies loving my black gang. Everyone suits it, kind like a cool. Anybody thinks they can talk to my clique, well then I'm covered in bread like a portion of chips. Pour me a drink. Big fur jacket, that's the force of a pimp. I used to be quiet, did that sort anything, so I had to run right when I bought me a tint. Walk with my tint, peddling morphine. Them times there, I was licking out more weed. Skip couple years, 07 the story.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have that main event team. Both of them are here on stage. Fight fans, are you ready? Yeah! Alright, so first of all, we're going to start with Sergey. Sergey, thank you so much for joining us in South Africa, right here on the continent of Africa. It's an absolute honor having you here as a boxer. Of course, you have come here with your team. To everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. It's an absolute honor having you here. Let's start first with Sergey. Sergey, it's a beautiful card. You are now going for the title, the WBC Bridgerweight title. How are you feeling leading up to the 1st of May?
Сергію, це велика честь бачити тебе тут в Південній Африці. Це твій бій за титул. Що ти відчуваєш перед бієм 1 травня, скоро в четвер?
Вітаю всіх любителів боксу. Вітаю Південну Африку. Дякую за теплу зустріч. Я і моя команда дуже раді бути тут, а саме на поєдинку за титул чемпіона світу за версією WBC. Свято наближається.
Sergey is very glad to be here in South Africa. We are cheering everyone here. We are waiting for this fight. Sergey is waiting for this fight, and the celebration is coming.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Over to the WBC Cruiserweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Lerena. Thank you so much, Kevin. You're always so calm. I don't know how you do it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us here, champ. Leading up to the 1st of May, we see you on your social, on the social pages. We see how active you are. It's amazing that, you know, for a champion that you let us into so much of your world. I mean, down to the ice baths. And anyone who follows Kevin will know. I think his life.
I'm in great shape. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. You know what? Just look at this turnout. So, firstly, thanks to Legacy Boxing Promotions. Thanks to all the sponsors who support Legacy Boxing Promotions. Without the sponsors that are supporting this brand, this wouldn't be possible. Thanks to the media houses, Supersport. Thanks to Team Radchenko, Tariq, Victor, and all his team. Welcome to them. Welcome to South Africa. This is just business for me. nothing personal. You know, Sergey was on social media calling for the fight, and I respect that. He's a fighting man. You know, the fight could have happened in Ukraine. It's now happening in South Africa. So big respect to Sergey Radchenko. But I'm a different beast, a different man, different animal. And you're going to see on Thursday night. There's no, this is a new Kevin. I've always been this Kevin. I've fought at the highest level against the biggest names, the biggest men. I'm just excited, and I respect Radchenko because he's the WBC silver champion. So I've had to prepare very hard in order to beat Radchenko. But beat him, I will do.
We're going to go straight to the floor and afford the champion and his challenger a few questions. So please, let's reserve these next few questions for our analysts. And yeah, you can raise your hands and ask a few questions. Yes, sir, in front.
My question goes to the promoter. I have a friend, Tommy. He's really looking for a job as a car guard. If you could maybe help him out.
Yeah, listen, I think that conversation had come up the last time on the Aquila promotion. I think it was, the question was, I think Kevin's dealt with that one very quickly.
Next question.
All right, come on, guys. Let's take advantage of this time that we have now. We have the champ and the challenger. So, okay, yeah. One more question from the young man.
Kevin, you better knock him out.
You know what? That's always the plan. But boxing has other plans for some of us. So we're just going in there to win. At the end of the day, as long as we both make it home to our families, that's all that matters.
Yes, indeed. That's spoken like a true champion. Champ, I want to ask you a question. What does headlining the Reckoning on National Workers' Day specifically mean to you?
An absolute honor, you know, just the fact that I'm able to fight in my home country again. Obviously, my last fight was in Saudi Arabia, and then I fought at home in 2023. Prior to that, in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So it's just, I'm grateful to be back at home because the South African supporters, we were going to go to Ukraine and fight. So Victor, his promoter, was going to put up a big show there, but then we were offered a fight against Radchenko, so we had to delay on this fight with Radchenko. So, you know what, respect to these guys too, because they've been very willing to make the fights happen. Team Radchenko and Victor from Global Ukrainian Promotions have been trying to make this fight happen. And obviously there's been a lot of things, you know, we also thinking, what's next, what's the best step for me? Richard Radchenko at heavyweight, then there was Lawrence Okoli, then we were going to Ukraine, and with what's happening, Ukraine's in tough times at the moment. So, you know, for us to go there was a lot of variables that came into play. But now the fight's happening here at home. So thanks to Team Radchenko, Victor and Tariq and him for making this happen in Legacy. But what does it mean to me? Just to fight at home in front of the Lerena army is an absolute honor. And I always, you know, I'm very proudly South African. So when I travel abroad and I fight, I'm proudly South African. The WBC Green and Gold, I won this interim world title in November 2023 against Gashi. We were then meant to fight Lawrence Okoli. He vacated, so I was elevated. So effectively, in my mind, this is my world title fight. I don't look past Sergey Radchenko because he's a very credible opponent. I think he's a very good boxer. I've watched him a lot. You know, they've obviously formulated a game plan for me, but I've got a game plan for him because I believe he's a very good boxer. When I take care of business on the 1st of May, then I'll see what's next. But for now, 1st of May is a working day for me. I've got a job to do, and it's a job on Sergey Radchenko.
Yes, please.
All right, so champ, we'll make sure that we don't excuse the pun. The champ is going to work on Workers' Day.
Yes.
All right, we have another question from the floor before we go into our COO.
Good afternoon. My question, KD Budishani from Sax FM. My question is for Mr. Radchenko. As you can hear, there seems to be a great amount of support for the champion. Do you feel any hostility being here right now, and how are you looking to handle the hostility if you're feeling him?
Чи ти відчуваєш, що тебе ради бачити тут в Південній Африці, і твої думки щодо того, як люди тебе раді бачити тут, як вони тебе вітають тут в Південній Африці?
Дякую за запитання. Люди Південної Африки дуже привітливі, вічливі. Це нам до вподоби. Ми раді бути вперше в Південній Африці і такому знайомству з новими друзями з боксу та новими людьми.
Thank you for the question. So he says that people here in South Africa, they are very hostile. We are glad to see them, we are glad to meet them. We feel this hostility, so we want to say thank you for South African people for all of this.
Я думаю, що людям Південної Африки ще цікавіше дивитися цей бій, тому що опонент приїхав зовсім з іншого континенту. І щоб доїхати до Південної Африки, нам знадобилось майже тиждень їхати та летіти.
It would be even more interesting to see this fight because he left other continent to be here. He spent 1 week to travel from home to South Africa, so it's really interesting.
Just a follow-up question. Your president was here last week to meet with the president of South Africa. I just wanted to ask, what's your relationship with him?
Питання таке. Президент України був тут буквально декілька днів тому. Яке твоє відношення до президента, можливо, який зв'язок з президентом України?
Можливо, він приїжджав подивитися, як готують арену, не знаю точно. У нас був підготовчий табір, тому ми займалися своїми справами.
We had preparation camp, preparation process, so maybe the president came to South Africa just to see how everything is prepared.
Very good answer over there. All right, we have 2 more questions lined up. The CEO of Boxing South Africa, Lerena, please let's get a mic over there to him so he may address either the champion or the challenger. Just raise your hand there, please, sir.
Thank you. First, I want to welcome Radchenko team to South Africa. Thank you very much for coming. This is big for us. Noting very well the relations, you know, as that question that Ukraine and South Africa, there are some good relations there. Thank you for coming. To Kevin, this is big. First promotion, legacy, first tournament, WBC, bridge weight, a new weight. You know, everything is new, first. What is it that you can say to the upcoming boxers for them to reach the level that you've reached now? Knowing your passion about development of other boxers. Now that this is happening on the 1st of May, what is the message that you can give to the young upcoming boys and girls? And what is it that they can do to make sure that they reach that level that you have reached? Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Hlanganiso, our CEO. I think if you want to do something and you truly want to do it and you believe you can do it, first step. The second step is surround yourself with a good team, a good trainer, good friends. The biggest thing in boxing is who you surround yourself with. If you have a good team around you and you keep your circle small, all the hanger-oners will stay away. You ignore the noise and focus on the job at hand. If you truly want to be a champion, you got to work like a complete underdog and have the mentality, I'm the B side, I want to be the A side. And that's always been my mentality. I've always worked, working hard's a relative term because everybody at the top works hard, right? Everybody. So nobody can say he works hard, everybody at the top works hard. Everybody at the top's got good trainers that hone your skill. What more are you doing? Are you disciplined? What's your story? What do you believe in? So that's one thing that I can tell kids. I can sit here forever and I don't want to bore anybody. But what do you believe in? Surround yourself with a good team, with good friends, people that don't bring you down or influence you negatively, and just focus on what you want to do because you never know where it's going to take you. I remember being that 18-year-old boy when I turned pro, people said, he's not going to make it. Just a strong guy, played a bit of rugby. Peter, he's not going to make it. Well, we've made it and we surpassed making it. We're looking to make history and create a legacy. So don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it. At the end of the day, it's up to you.
Yes! All right, Hayden, one last question from you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Kevin, obviously this is going to be a massive occasion for you. You're going to be defending your World Championship. It's important that you look great in this fight as well, isn't it? Because you mentioned some of the big names around the world that you want to be competing with. So what sort of performance are we expecting out of you in this fight?
You know what, Haynes, I think, you know, every fight you deal with something, right? And my last fight, I unfortunately had to deal with a little bit of emotional turmoil. But you're seeing a starved man in the ring on Thursday night. People have been messing with my bread and butter for my children. I haven't fought for a year. They've taken that off my table. And yes, I've been able to sustain and carry myself because I've had big fights and fought at the highest level. But inactivity is a killer. So you're seeing a well-oiled machine going into the ring on Thursday night who's hungry, because I know what lay ahead. And I don't think about what lays ahead. I'm thinking about Sergey Radchenko. When I wake up, Sergey Radchenko, that's the man I'm fighting. When I go to bed, what am I going to do to beat Sergey Radchenko? Everything else means nothing. The 1st of May, that's my job, that's my assignment, that's my task. I wouldn't say messed around, because some fights have fallen through, but I've been starved of fighting. And in my mentality, that's how my children eat. So come 1 May, no one's taking food off my table.
The War of Worlds is almost at an end right now. We've had the 12 bout fighters show up. Now we're looking forward to the press conference. I mean, one on the way in that's going to be happening right here at the Times Square Casino as well in just 2 days from now. So please do take down the date. Would you like to just say one final thing to close up?
No, listen, I think what an incredible opportunity it is, not only to have the WBC hosted and defended for the first time in South African history on our soil. It's a tremendous honor for us, but it's also an incredible honor to host the Ukrainians here. We're also a nation that has come from a lot of struggles, and through our diversity, we have found that way where we have become really good hosts, and we want to show you only the best of our hospitality. We also only want to treat you well and create a relationship internationally, both between the countries. You come from such an incredible lineage of fighters in Ukraine. You guys have produced some of the best and the best boxers in the world. It's an honor for us to have you here, and as our guest, we feel very, very privileged. So I'd ask you a question just in a moment, but other than that, for us, the WBC is an incredibly great organization. We've been treated so well by them, supported so well by the WBC. We would just want to send out also to President Suleiman. It's been amazing, represented by Dr. Katane here as a fight supervisor. Protocol observed, guys. These guys have come out. They are a legitimate organization, and it's happening in South Africa, which is extraordinary, Kev. I mean, how beautiful it is. I mean, you know, Pete, just from that point of view, I'd love to bounce to you for a minute. Just express to us for 5 minutes what this means for you from your career. You've developed some of the best boxers that the country has seen. You and Kevin's walked in a tremendous way, or a tremendous road through ups and downs, but always growing and always progressing. And I think just from you, from that point of view, seeing that journey first up, take us through that for a minute and just express that journey as best you can.
Thanks, Walt. Yeah, just, you know, to learn a few things, you know, in the sport, it's always a challenge, you know, and you're always marked by your performance. Every session, you know, my words I echo to all my fighters, and Kevin and I, when we were going from the beginning, was, Kev, you just keep winning. That's all you have to do. You work hard, you just keep winning. And guys, there's not a problem with losing. It's how you come back and how you lose. You know, like, you know, going back, I just want to step one step. Some people say, you know, Kevin and I got a vision and a plan. You know, we getting knocked on our doors. That's why we got a lot of holdbacks on the fights, because some people are saying, no, we're inactive, yes, for a year, but that's sometimes a fight's career. It happened with Eubank and Connor, you know, they had their whole things with period of time they've been off. But the whole vision and plan is, you know, we were gonna go to the Ukraine to take this fight. And I just watched Rocky 5 and I said, no deal. You know, I saw Rocky running in the snow. I said, these guys are in minus 40 degrees. But anyway, that's just a joke. But the story was we were actually going to go to Ukraine. And obviously our plan is, you know, the Ukrainian fighters are amongst the elite in the world. Pound for pound, Usyk, greatest, to my books, greatest of all time. Lerena, greatest, they're unbelievable. And a B and C grade fighter is a contender and a champion. So their levels are high. So we're stepping up, knowing that we're in a huge fight, guys. We know what the Ukrainians bring. They bring world-class fighting. And, you know, we got a game plan. You know, Kevin and I, we slipped in the UK. It was with Dubois. I said it was the water on the canvas. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to get back to where we were. And we are there now. So Radchenko and his team, we respect you. We love you guys for coming out, showing up, and putting it in our back garden, because we were going to go in your back garden. But, you know, the champ deserves it here in South Africa, as he's been flying around the world. So for us, we want to use this opportunity, and obviously there's going to be a winner. Our goal and vision is to get back on the bigger scales, and the offers are there. Kevin and I are getting called. Even yesterday we had a big call, you know, on a great opportunity after this fight. But we have to look now, where we are right now, and we have to do a spectacular job. And we want to do it in front of our people.
Yeah, and how great has it been? And it's almost like the stars have aligned. I remember John and I came out of one of our strat sessions with the Sunbed team, and we were putting up the reckoning. We were starting to plan the reckoning, and we walked out and we seen Radchenko, and then confirmed in I think in Saudi or somewhere there were fights, and it took a few minutes. The next moment, Sean and I was on the line with Pete and Kev, and this fight's happened. So maybe this is also part of the journey. It's part of your story now, Kev. It's on the journey road, the path for you. It's something that is an important milestone for you to do as well. This is an opportunity where you're fighting the silver champ. So this is an incredibly important fight.
Very. Every fight is important, but each fight has a certain and different element of importance. Sergey Radchenko, when he won the silver belt, he wanted to challenge for the gold, and he put it on social media, hey, let's get this fight on. And I respect that, because this is what boxing is about, and he wants to fight me. That's what warriors do. We are warriors. At the end of the day, when we step through those ropes, you've got to respect the man, because he wants to fight you, and he wants to take what's yours. So the fight was made truly because, I must be honest with you, I didn't follow much of the division. So when Sergey Radchenko was calling me out on social media, I had a look and I said to Peter, Sergey's the WBC silver champion. You know, we're getting these heavyweight fights, but we don't really want them because they're not, number one, in terms of the money we want for them. But, you know, Radchenko's a good fighter, he's the silver champion, but where we're going to do the fights, and at the given time, we didn't have a solid promoter, meaning that we didn't have a promoter promoting us. So we kind of were free agents. We still are free agents. We are signed to nobody. But that comes with a great responsibility and risk, because you've got to pick your fights right, in the sense of, we got a call last night, a massive heavyweight fight. I told the guy on the phone, and Peter told him, we're not worried right now. I'm focused on Sergey Radchenko. Nothing else matters. Thank you very much. On Thursday night, I need to focus on Sergey. I'm taking a week off after that, and then we'll give you a call. That's how serious I am. At the end of the day, Sergey was calling me out. He wanted to fight me. And we're here now. We're going to fight. And at the end of the day, I will be victorious, because I've worked hard and I've got the skills that pay the bills, and I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think, you know, obviously we're good mates, and our boxing journey really, you know, that's where I kindled with the Smith brothers and Riyadh season many months ago. But I think, you know, Kev, from our side, you know, and I love and respect the Ukrainian team. We got to be a little bit biased here. We love our South African Kevin Lerena, the blue-eyed boy of South African boxing. It's important, so important for the South African sport at the moment that custodians of the sport, true professionals like Kevin's team, Talani and the guys, really show the way and path and show the path for the future fighters. And look, no one does more for their sponsors than you. You're an absolute beast when it comes to marketing yourself and social media. It's really amazing. We couldn't be prouder of you, not only for what you've achieved in your own right, but also what you've done with the Aquila Boxing Promotions and stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing of doing, and we can't wait to do some collab. I'm going to ask him one last question, but maybe you can answer to the end. Will this be the last time, or are there still opportunities that you'll find in South Africa? But before you answer that, maybe, what we want to do from the Ukrainian team, it's been a very tricky journey to get into South Africa. Obviously with the current situation with Ukraine, obviously traveling from camp, getting out of camp, into Warsaw and Poland to get visas for South Africa, the embassy. We have been in conversation with the embassy. They responded very well. You guys had to disrupt camp, go from Warsaw back to Ukraine, and then fly into South Africa, part of that journey, and then to restart that camp there. So I remember when we had done the initial interviews and stuff, there were one or two nuances, but we eager to find out just what was the preparations for you guys like in terms of that leading up to this point.
Питання таке, це був довгий шлях, складно отримати візи, подорожувати з України до Варшави і потім до Південної Африки. І наскільки в цих умовах складно було тренуватися Сергію, знайти шляхи для правильного тренування?
Я вітаю всіх, хто сюди прийшов. Дякую за те, що дуже гарно нас зустріли. Дуже дружелюбний народ, южноафриканці, дуже-дуже. Ми не приїхали сюди ми не будемо тут зараз жалітися, там, тяжко їхати, тяжко не їхати. Це спорт, це великий спорт. Ми приїхали сюди вигравати, ми приїхали показати і дати бій Кевіну. І дай Бог за все хвала Всевишньому. Тільки завдяки, благодаря його допомозі ми зараз знаходимося тут і маємо таку можливість битися за титул чемпіона світу. Побачимо, виграє найсильніший. Дай Боже, Сергій. Я надіюсь, що цей бій виграє Сергій, тому що він дуже гарно підготувався. І побачимо. Мої вітання всім тим, хто прийде і побачить цей гарний, дуже класний бій на дуже високому рівні. І ще я хочу передати українцям, Україні, у нас зараз дуже тяжкі часи в Україні. Ми цей бій, це свято хочемо присвятити для всіх українців, для воїнів, для матерів всій Україні. Слава Богу за все, виграє найсильніший.
Indeed, but we are here not to complain, not to be miserable. We are here to win, to win this fight. And Sergey is well prepared for this fight. And thanks to God for everything, for being here, for being prepared, for being ready for this fight. And one important thing, we. Sergey and the team of Sergey want to dedicate this fight and hopefully this victory to Ukrainian people. We want to dedicate this fight for Ukrainian fighters, for Ukrainian mothers, and for all Ukrainian people who enjoy box and who gonna enjoy this night of box. Thank you.
All
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if we're gonna have just one more question from the floor. Yes, just one more question, please, as we close up.
My question is also to Sergey. We in South Africa knows everything about the patriotism and cohesion and sport and men. And seeing the situation in your country, we see it in other sports, in tennis. We know how your people love boxing from the Klitschko brothers and Alexander Usyk and all those guys. How much is this opportunity for you to bring that cohesion and patriotism? And just a bit of joy to your people.
Люблять бокс, український гарний боксинг, починаючи з Кличко. Як ти розглядаєш цей бій тут? Чи це для тебе актом принесення радості для українських людей бачити тебе тут і боротися тут за пояс?
Дякую за запитання. Так, Україна виховує вже на протязі багатьох років класних боксерів всесвітнього гатунку, які стають чемпіонами світу. І на сьогоднішній день Україна має 14 боксерів чемпіонів світу. І, звичайно, я хочу стати 15-м чемпіоном світу. Це важливо для України, а з урахуванням того, що зараз ведеться повномасштабна війна зі сторони агресора, кожна перемога кожного українця дуже важлива. Тому ми приїхали сюди за перемогою і дай Бог ми переможемо.
Thank you for the question. Indeed, Ukraine raised good boxers, world-class boxers. For now, we have 14 world champions, and Sergey hopes to be number 15 in this list. And it's really important for us to bring this victory to Ukraine, to Ukrainian people, because we have a difficult time. And still, we hope to dedicate this victory to Ukraine, to its people, to its fighters. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. All right, let's have our face-off finally between Kevin, Lerena, and Radchenko.
Tick, tick, boom. We're bringing the noise. Go, baby, we bringing our toys.
All right. So the challenge was to say one more thing to address us before we face off.
Ми так швидко закінчили розмову. Я хотів відповісти Кевіну Лореною.
The conversation was quite short, but Sergey would like to give answer to Mr. Lerena.
Я за Кевіном Лореною дивлюсь дуже давно, коли він ще боксував у крузервейті. Я знаю, що він 7-кратний чемпіон світу.
I'm following for Mr. Lerena for so long. I know he's seven-time champion.
Я дуже поважаю його за ці досягнення, а також дуже поважаю за його прийняття рішення на мій виклик битися за пояс чемпіона світу.
I respect him so much. I respect him for accepting this challenge to fight with me.
Він був 7-кратний вже чемпіон світу. Я ще не був жодного разу. Тому я думаю, він розуміє, що естафету треба передати далі.
It's going to be my first time to be world champion, so I think it's time to deliver this title to me.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So again, Radchenko versus Kevin, Lerena.
We're bringing the noise. Go, baby, we bringing our toys. Separate me from the boys. Chopper be free, should be on the boys. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' die out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you right here at the Southwest Arena for the beginning of the Racing of May right here at the Promotional Boxing, the Times Square Casino.
We need to start in a piece.
Please make sure to get your tickets and catch us live on Super Sports, the World of Champions. Once again, Sergey Radchenko versus Kevin to the Lerena.
serving the streets. About to go, they going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom. You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, catch us right here at the Sunbet Arena on the 1st of May for this WBC cruiserweight title defense box between Radchenko and Kevin "Two Guns" Lerena.